Hello everyone, welcome to AWA Wrestling World Fighting Showcase Britannia. I am your brand new commentator, Full House Jones, here at ringside in the commentary position. Firstly, I'd like to congratulate the former commentator here on the show, Dick Witherspoon. He's been progressed in the world of professional wrestling and is now head of media for the AWA. I'm sure he's going to do a great job there. So you're stuck with me, Full House Jones, here at ringside. In the commentary position, this one from the Stourport Civic Hall. AWA World Fighting Showcase Britannia. Match number 1 today. There he is, the Outpatient with his manager, Thomas J. Curtis, a psychotic man. Very, very mysterious. Nobody knows who he is under the mask, but we know he's dangerous. He's wrestling another masked man. Very rare to have two masked men in the same match, but this one, the other one, Blue Tiger, a very fast-moving Japanese wrestling sensation. Powerful though, as you can see. The Outpatient just pushes Blue Tiger. Lock up once again. There we go. Back to canvas. Referee, the third masked man in the ring, is Mr. X, a legendary wrestler himself. One fall, this one. 15-minute time limit. Using those quick kicks now. Blue Tiger, we've seen him many times here on AWA World Fighting Showcase Britannia. But a big right-hand shot to the head of Blue Tiger from the Outpatient. Outpatient recently went missing. Ran away from his handlers. Not afraid to break, bend, snap a roll. Look at the way he just manhandles the Blue Tiger. Choking him in the corner now with his big size 13 shoe. Not paying any regard to referee Mr. X is the Outpatient. Hard turnbuckle shot there. Outpatient now goes right into the corner, and there he goes with those kicks. Tiger very wisely taking away the legs. The bigger man of the two. Going right the way round now. Garvin stomping him. DDT on the leg. Tiger must be thinking if the leg's away, he can't be standing up. He can't be causing too much damage. What a kick. But the Outpatient not moving. Impervious to that pain is the Outpatient, and now Tiger backing away in the corner. Big shot to the throat there. Thomas J. Curtis, the only man that can calm down, the only man that can handle the Outpatient is the manager, Thomas J. Curtis. Each and every week here on Ben TV, here on YouTube, and on the Wrestle Rewind streaming channel. It's AWA World Fighting Showcase Britannia. Miss of the leg drop. That one certainly jarred the Outpatient, no doubt. Tiger back to his feet now. Once again with those kicks. So good with those kicks is the Japanese sensation. In the chest. A third one. 4, 5, 6. Rolls him up, nicely done by the Outpatient. Middle rope now for Tiger. Oh, he's got him by the throat, I believe. Oh no, it's the top of the head with a big claw. Look at that one. All the power of the Outpatient, the psychotic power. And that's the lot the Outpatient's done. Mr. X trying to get him off the man. Trying to get him off, but not listening to Mr. X at all. In comes the keeper of the key, Thomas J. Curtis. He says cease, and he ceases. Look at that, look, showing him the key to the got busted penitentiary. The only man that can calm him down, Thomas J. Curtis, the outpatient, trying to get back in the ring. Stay with us. Match number 2 here on AWA World Fighting Showcase Britannia with me, Full House Jones. AWA Top Rope Wrestling Light Heavyweight Championship match. The champion on the far side of the ring from the dark side. The SoulKiller taking on Miss Independent, Lacey James. One fall, 20 minutes in time in this one. Referee once again, Mr. X. This one should be all action, no doubt. Two very fast-moving wrestlers here. Two competitors that have always been at the top of the light heavyweight championship game. Lacey James was the last ever AWA Ladies Champion, gave up that title to focus on light heavyweight work. Asking for a handshake with referee Mr. X and Lacey James. SoulKiller had nothing to do with it. A despised wrestler by the fans is the SoulKiller, but Lacey James very, very popular wherever she appears. Oh, sneak attack from the SoulKiller, and now laying those boots in. Stomping. Quick start to this one. Caught unawares was Lacey James. Forearm. Off the ropes goes James now. Duck of that clothesline. Duck at the elbow. Luthez press nicely done. A move made famous by the legendary Luthez. Also used by Stone Cold Steve Austin. Clothesline in the corner now. Lacey James laying him in. Big splash in the corner. And now the stomps are coming in from Lacey James right up the side of the chops of the SoulKiller. Big snapmare over. Whoa, missed that one. Otherwise that would have knocked the head off the SoulKiller, let me tell you. Arguing with the ringsiders here. Big thanks to our sponsor at Harlow Timber of Worcester Road in Kidderminster. Uh-oh, watch out, SoulKiller. Here comes Lacey. From behind, just in the same way SoulKiller did to Lacey at the start of this match. That's comeuppance right into the corner. Right into the unforgiving metal corner post. Back into the ring now. Pin attempt made. Just the two. Lacey James getting her shot at the AWA Top Rope Wrestling Light Heavyweight Championship. Breakaway there from SoulKiller. Scoop. Slam. Off the ropes comes the SoulKiller. Down with that big elbow. Just a 2 count. Once again. This one has not stopped. It's been action from the opening bell. Both of these wrestlers going to give it their all as the AWA Top Rope Wrestling Light Heavyweight Championship is on the line. You saw the red belt at the start of the contest that Mr. X handed to Ben TV official Lee Trotman. Big corner posting. That one sent the ring a couple of inches to the left. Second pin attempt of the match from the SoulKiller. Just the two. He's getting angry now. You can see the face. Rear chin lock. Trying to drain some energy out of Lacey James. Referee, you noticed there, was just checking it wasn't a choke, but it's not. It's right around the arteries at the side of the head. A little bit over the chin. Elbow now. Into the belly of the SoulKiller. Clothesline and down goes Lacey James. She was holding her shoulder, holding her neck then. And now, wow, what a boot to the back. Choke blatantly right in front of the referee, Mr. X. Mr. X is not going to take none of that, let me tell you. Pulling herself up on those ropes now. Lacey in all kinds of trouble. Snapmare nicely done. And back to the chin lock. A move that was effective for him a little bit earlier on. Still to come here on AWA World Fighting Showcase Britannia with me, Full House Jones. A World Wrestling First Suitcase match. The first wrestler to be put in the suitcase and wheeled out the building will lose the match. That's between the Oscar and Dickie Bowen. Elbow that time from SoulKiller, and down goes Lacey James. Low drop kick, looks like right to the jaw of Lacey James. We've seen Lacey James take some punishment from some of the biggest and best here in AWA, and she fights back every time. Don't count her out, especially with the AWA Top Rope Wrestling Light Heavyweight Championship on the line. Scoop once again. Slam once again. Off the ropes, is it? Yes, it is. Leg drop. Right across the throat, bottom of the jaw. 2 counts. Great wrestling though from the SoulKiller. Whenever he gets a chance to do a pin attempt, he does it. Because it takes a lot of energy to kick out when you got a man of 13 stone plus on your chest, pushing down on those shoulders. Once again in the chin lock. 3rd time of the contest. Back in with the elbows goes Lacey James. Ducks the clothesline, does James. Ducks the elbow, does James. One of her own. Big clothesline right across the chops. And another one. Up and all the way over the Hurricane Rana, and over goes the SoulKiller. Thought she was going for it again, but it's that sidewalk slam that Lacey James loves so much. Just a 2 count. Didn't quite have the distribution of the weight very well on that one. But for the first time in the contest, really, especially later on in the match, it's SoulKiller in trouble. Ducks out of the neck breaker. And the big knee, that's got to be all. And that's your lot, your winner, still the champion. AWA Top Rope Light Heavyweight Champion, the SoulKiller. Stay with us after the break for the Suitcase match. Welcome back to AWA World Fighting Showcase Britannia with me, Full House Jones. This, a world first, a suitcase match, and there he is, the Hollywood star, the Oscar's got something to say.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Oscar and I'm from Hollywood, and to be quite honest with you, I'm, like everybody else here, sick of Dickie Bowen's mouth. Whoa! Shut up! So, I devised this match, and the idea, guys, by the way, is whoever can get the other person into this suitcase and wheel them through those doors over there wins the match. So I'm going to put you in this suitcase and take you all the way back to Hollywood for me so that you don't have to burden this crowd with your mouth.
There he is, the Hollywood star, the Oscar. Big movie star from the United States of America, making his way to the ring. Oscar in hand. Let me just briefly explain the rules to you here as Hollywood star, the Oscar, makes his way to the ring, and his opponent, Dickie Bowen. Dickie Two Bouts as his manager. Thomas Curtis calls him. He's got the ARWF World 6-Man belt. He's also got the ARWF English Mid-South Championship, formerly the TV title. Let me just briefly explain the rules to you. You see the suitcase that Oscar brought to the ring. The idea of the match is to get your opponent into that suitcase and then wheel them through the doors that you see at the back of the screen right there. The first person to do that will become the winner. The first person in that suitcase and wheeled through those doors will have a one-way ticket to Loserville. Referee Mr. X gives the Hollywood Oscars Oscar to Ben TV's Lee Trotman, and in the ring comes the muscles from Mansfield, Dickie Bowen. Dickie 2 belts. Manager Thomas J. Curtis not at ringside. Very odd for this one.
Thank you, Oscar, for that. I'll have a photo with that later on if that's okay.
Normally always by the side of his man Dickie Bowen. We saw him a little bit earlier with the Outpatient. Don't know whether he's focusing on getting him back in with his handlers. This one is underway. Dickie Bowen showing those muscles off, the muscles from Mansfield. The man of the hour, the man with the power. Oscar, not someone we see very often here on AWA World Fighting Showcase, but when he comes over to the UK, AWA is always after getting him in the ring, and we always try our best to.
Let's see who's strongest then. If you think you're muscles, yeah, let's see who's the strongest.
Once again, showing those muscles.
Yeah, let's do it.
Looks like a test of strength is being offered
This side. Now this side. I want to start my left.
from the Hollywood star.
I'm left-handed. I lied, I'm right-handed.
Let me tell you,
This side.
the Oscar
This side.
loves a laugh, let me tell you. With those jazz hands. But don't be fooled, he's got some great wrestling ability. As has this young man, Dickie Bowen, the youngest ever champion in our company history, back from the HCW days, when at just 15 years of age he was tag team champion. Uh-oh. We could be shattering the dreams right there. I hope Mr. and Mrs. Bowen aren't looking to have any grandchildren anytime soon. Up onto the stage comes the Hollywood star now. Has he got it here? He's getting the suitcase. He feels the time may be right already to put Dickie Bowen into that suitcase. A crossbody by the suitcase sends Dickie Bowen to canvas. Looks like Dickie's opening it up now. Back into the ring comes the Oscar. Now laying the blows in. Did he pull something out of that suitcase? Thanks for joining us here on AWA World Fighting Showcase Britannia. I am your host, Full House Jones. Your brand new commentator. Once again, congratulations to Dick Witherspoon, now head of media for AWA. Such a pleasure for me to be here in the commentary position, pulling something else out of the suitcase. That's a strap that goes round the suitcase. Whipping the Hollywood star, the Oscar, with that strap now. Once again across the Oscar's back. Dickie 2 belts. Is now Dickie 2 belts and a strap. Opening up the suitcase. Is he going to try and get the Hollywood star into that suitcase? Dragging him over. Tucking him in. Trying to zip him up now. Not quite in all the way. And a big shot to the side of the chops from the Oscar to Dickie 2 belts Bowen. And now the strap from the suitcases across the back of Dickie Bowen. One more time. Shoving him in there now. Trying to close the lid on him, but he's not in all the way. Looked like a big shot up the face. Holding the nose there was the Oscar. And now really raining the blows and the boots in. Forearms, boots, all sorts. Outside the ring now goes the Muscles from Mansfield and brings in a chair. Anything you see used here is legal. No pinfalls, no submissions, no disqualifications. Bounced off the ring ropes there with the chair. And now the Oscar once again trying to get him into that suitcase. After Dickie nailed himself with a chair. Out the suitcase now. Back to neutral ground. This is quite literally a match that anyone could win. It's been pretty even. Slams him right into the suitcase. All he's got to do now is zip it up and pass it through those doors. Zipping him up nicely. He's halfway there. Low blow from Dickie Bowen to the Hollywood star, the Oscar. And it's now the Muscles from Mansfield in control. A world first. Never before in pro wrestling has a suitcase match happened. Hollywood star, the Oscar, said that he's going to be taking Dickie Bowen on his summer holidays today. But before he can do that, he has to get him in that suitcase. Stepping on his back now over that bottom rope. Really choking the Hollywood star. Bringing those straps back in. Huge clothesline as he meets him centre ring. Oscar now, one more time right across the nipples. What's he got here? That's the top of the suitcase. That's the suitcase handle around the neck of Dickie Bowen. Using quite literally whatever he can get his hands on is the Oscar here. Using all this is well and good, but you've still got to get the man into that suitcase before a victory is had. And that's a big charge with a suitcase, big splash with a suitcase.
Oh man, you're gonna love Hollywood, I tell you.
That suitcase is open now. Dickie Bowen going up for the suplex right into the suitcase. That's a suitcase plex. The feet are in now. The feet of Dickie Bowen are in. Oscar zipping up that suitcase with the chair right across the back of the Oscar. But back to his feet, the Oscar once again to the body shot. One to the head. Down goes the Oscar. It may well be a good idea for Dickie Bowen to put that suitcase outside the ring and just kind of roll the Oscar into it.
What's going on?
And there he is. We said that he wasn't at ringside, but there he is coming to ringside. Thomas J. Curtis, the manager of Dickie Bowen. Coming in now to help Dickie two belts get his prone Oscar opponent into that suitcase. Like we said, anything goes in this one. As long as the opponent gets in the suitcase, it don't matter how it happens. Looks like it's all over. It's taken two men to do it, mind. But no, Oscar firing back now with a big right hand to the jaw. Throwing Thomas J. Curtis out the ring. Oscar's now got the suitcase. Centre ring. Choke slam attempt. Up and down. He choke slammed him right into a suitcase. Never before seen in wrestling. A world first here on AWA World Fighting Showcase Britannia. The hottest half hour in wrestling. He's in the suitcase. He may be hanging out, but it's zipped up and he's in it.
Dickie Burns, going to Hollywood after all. Can he get him out of the building now?
Oscar now.
He needs to be out of the ring and through those doors.
Pulling Dickie's suitcase. Dickie Bowen, the human suitcase. The suitcase from Mansfield. All he's got to do now is get him through that barrier and through those doors at the back of the building. He is so close. Thomas J. Curtis may be able to stop him. That's it. He's through. It was a hard-fought victory for the Oscar. But he's managed to get Dickie Bowen through. And there he is, taking him on his holidays. Wheelchair there ready for him. Be sure to join us next week. Nick Flagg and Dan Stryker 101. 6-man action. The Outpatient, Mike Cash and champion Johnny Rose versus TC Brown. The Foxcatcher and Phantasmo. Same time, same channel, Ben TV at 10 p.m. and 12:30 a.m. on YouTube and on Wrestle Rewind. This is AWA World Fighting Showcase Britannia. That's the Hollywood star, the Oscar. We'll see you next week.
Can we get some help out of here, please? No, he's coming out with me. Dickie! And that's how the Oscar takes Dickie Bowen to Hollywood. Oh, yeah. You okay?